Today's tutorial is on how to install the Great FX agent, and we're going to install this on a demo account, although you can also just the same procedures apply to a live account too. We're going to use MetaTrader because that's what the software is designed to run with. So I'm going to, first of all, I've already downloaded the Great FX agent zip file onto my computer over here. I'm going to double click on that to see what's inside of it. And you'll have to bear with me here as I'm running on a virtual private server this whole tutorial. So when I open up, what's inside the zip file here is I have these. So let's just read along with the README file. So I'll double click on, and we'll go through the steps as they are in the README file. So we've downloaded the Great FX agent software using the link below. That's already over here. Once we download the zip file, we look inside there. We're going to go ahead and first thing we need to do is make sure that we have the right software installed on our computer to run, the right Microsoft drivers that we need in order to run the Great FX agent. So in order to do that, we select the link below. I copy the link location and I'm going to paste it into my browser, which I happen to be using Chrome. And so we're going to install the Microsoft drivers that we need to run the FX agent. It says download. We say OK. Come down here. We don't need to install any of those other things, so we just say no thanks and continue. The software then is downloaded. I've already downloaded it, so I'm going to go ahead and run it. And it goes ahead and asks me, I've already installed it on my computer, so it's asking me if I want to repair it. I'm just going to say no. And you don't have to click this little dialog box here that says send information to Microsoft. You don't have to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and click this anyway here. It's not going to hurt anything if I reinstall it. And you may get a few other questions, but just go ahead and put the default responses and then finish. It only takes a second to install that. Alright, so the next step in the process is, according to our installation file here, is to download a terminal, a MetaTrader terminal that will allow us to run the Great FX agent on it. So you can use any terminal you want to. If you're a U.S. client, or it's recommended that you use a brokerage firm where you could go long and short in the same account. If you're a U.S. client, you're having trouble finding brokerage firms that will let you open accounts where you can go long and short in the U.S. account. Traders Way is one of those places. FinFX is another. And there's a few of them out there that you can open an account as a U.S. person and trade in both directions. I think even FXDD in the United States still allows you to do it. But we're going to, for the purposes of this tutorial, we're going to download the Traders Way, a terminal. So I'm just going to put that, copy and paste that link to download that terminal. And there it is on my machine. Okay, so now I've downloaded the Traders Way terminal. I'm going to go ahead and run it. And again, bear with me here as I'm using a VPS here to run as a virtual private server. I'm running this on. I go ahead and I click, we're installing the MetaTrader 4 terminal. Click yes, agree with the terms of the agreement, next. This is just the area where you're going to go ahead and load it. Click next. It starts to install the software. Okay, finish. And now it launched a terminal in here. And I'm just going to resize this terminal because it's a little bit big. So hang on a second. Okay, and so the first thing it's going to ask you to do here is to open an account, and this is just going to be a demo account, so you can just put any values that you want in here. I just typed in test A, put for the city XXX, California, whatever, state 1234, 12345 Street. None of this data has to be real that you entered in here. Definitely go out of your way to create an email address that is not real here, because otherwise someone will get that email, unless you want. You put a real email address in here and receive some updates. The account type is, you could pick any one of these, but I'll just go with the ECN. Leverage, usually people are around 100 to 1, but on certain accounts will let you do 1,000 to 1 here. You have to click on I agree to subscribe to your newsletters, but as you can see, we have a bad email address in here. I would, for a demo account, I'd just put $10,000 in there. The system can trade with as little as $3,000, but you would only be trading one currency pair with $3,000. So for every $3,000 you have in your account, you could trade one of an additional currency pair that the system is designed to work on. So I'm just going to click next here, and you don't have to run the scan to connect to the Trader's Way demo terminal. You could just hit next. Okay, so then it's going to go ahead and give you these login information. Now I highly recommend you save from selecting this by left mouse clicking on it and right mouse clicking on it and doing a copy, or you could just do a Control C. I recommend that you save this login data. I always save all my accounts, demo accounts, because sometimes I end up doing something in a demo account that I want to show somebody else, or I want to save for future reference, and especially if I'm going to do any kind of advertising or anything like that. So I save these things, and I just hit a Control V there, or paste it in this window, and then I'm going to paste the password, obviously, to get into that account to trade on it. This is the trading password that allows you to conduct trading on the account, and this is the investor password, which enables you could send somebody this account, log in, and this investor password, and they could download a terminal, and then they could watch your trading on their terminal. But by using the investor password here, they wouldn't be able to actually place any trades in the account. It's a read-only password. But so I'm going to go ahead and save this somewhere where I won't lose it. I'll call it FX Demo Accounts. Simple text file. Okay, I get rid of that. We have that saved. Click Finish. And lo and behold, as soon as it finishes, we're going to click down here on this tab, and you notice I got a demo account with 10,000 demo dollars in it. Okay. According to our tutorial here, the next thing that we want to do is, after we've installed the terminal and created an account, we want to, and we've copied the passwords here. Now we want to close all the chart windows. Let's just correct that right now. So we're on step 6 here, and I just made a change. We're going to close out all the default chart windows, whatever they have in these chart windows here. We're just going to close it out. They have the euro, the yen. We're going to close that. They have the USD chaff. We're going to close that. Just closing all these terminals. Okay. I mean, not the terminals, but the chart windows. Now we're going to open up chart windows for our demo account here. Just click on Trade, the account history, the alerts, all this sort of stuff down here, experts and whatnot. But I'm just clicking on the Trade tab down there. I'm going to open up a chart window for the three currency pairs that we can, that the Great FX agent is enabled, designed to trade with. So I'm just right mouse click on Euro USD and chart window. Okay, now I'm gonna maximize this chart window in there. There was already one open. I want to close that one. Sorry about that confusion there. And this is very important. This is an hour. These are hour bars in this chart. The Great FX agent is only designed to run on minute bars. Okay, so we want to switch to the minute charts by clicking minutes up here. And then the other currency pair that we can trade in the chart is the pound US dollar. And again, we want to switch over to the minute time frame. Okay, and the pound chaff is another currency pair that we can trade. So let's go ahead and find that over here. I'll scroll down. There it is, and we'll open a chart window for that. So we have all the currency pairs that we can trade here. I'm going to switch to the minute time frame on there. Very important in order for our software to work correctly. Then we want to set the terminal up so we can run software to trade on it. So we go to Tools, Options. I click on Expert Advisors, and I'm going to check the box, Enable the Expert Advisors, of course. Allow live trading, yes. Do not check Ask Manual Confirmation. I'm going to check Allow DLL Imports because we want that. Uncheck Confirm DLL Function Calls. So these following things here should be checked. And if you ever switch accounts, you may have to come back in and recheck this box here, Enable Expert Advisors, because whenever you create a new account, it'll turn this off with the settings I have here. So now I just click OK and go back to our list of things to do here. And we are now on step 8, which is to open a terminal's expert installation directory. So we go back to the terminal, we click on File, Open Data Folder, and bear with me here for just a second while I move it down here where we can see it. Okay, and I get this. Now this is where you're going to actually install the software for the great FX agent. So I go to my zip file, and according to the instructions that we have, let's resize things around here. It says I need to copy the DMA to the MQL4 indicators directory, the FX master DLL to the libraries directory, and a great FX agent to the expert directories. So let me just do that right now. Here's the zip file. I want to go to the MQL indicators directory. Sorry about that. Oops. Now it's going to want to open that file up. Sorry. And I'm going to copy the DMA into there by just left mouse clicking and dragging it in there. We're going to go back up, and we're going to go to libraries, and we're going to drag the FX master DLL into there by left mouse clicking and dragging it in there. And I go back up by clicking on the up thing here. I go into double click on experts, and I take the great FX agent and left mouse click and drag it into the experts directory. Okay, so that's it for that step. Next, you're going to close your MetaTrader terminal and restart it in order to start using the great FX agent. So we can't see it down here in the Expert Advisors yet until we actually close the terminal window. So I close the terminal window, we'll go ahead and restart it so that we can access the software that we just installed. And then if I look over here under the navigator window and I click on Expert Advisors, lo and behold, there's the great FX agent. So if we want to trade the great FX agent on Euro USD, then we have to left mouse click it here and drag it onto that terminal. You click on the Inputs tab, and this is where you put your agent key. I'm not going to put a real agent key in here, but this is where you would put it. And just so that you don't have to keep typing it in every time, you can go ahead and save these settings into a, let's just call it great FX agent.set file, and then we could just open and close that every time we want to do this. So now I click OK, and lo and behold, it starts running on here. Now it's not authenticated because I didn't put in the right authentication code. I'm not going to do that in this tutorial. Now if I want it to trade on the pound US dollar, I go over and do the same thing over there. I drag it on there. You don't have to change any of these settings in here. In fact, I advise you not to, because the program's already designed to enable your account to grow automatically and select the right lot size for you to use. Okay? If you are in an account where hedging is not allowed, like some of the American accounts, then you would have to set this to be false. But we're in an account where hedging is allowed, meaning you can go long and short in the same account. If it's a nano account, you simply set that to be true, but in this case it's not. Quit trading is to let the program close out any open trades that it has at the right time to take profits, so you can stop trading altogether, because it will usually be in the market all the time. So you could either just turn off the terminal and close out all your trades, or you can let the program gracefully pick its time and place to close out your trades. You may have to wait for a while, but it should close everything out in profit. Auto grows, just like I said, allows the account to just grow. So since I don't want to keep retyping the agent file in there, I just hit load because I already saved it. Double click on that. Now it puts all the settings in there. Hit OK. And it's not authenticated, but if you want to see if there's any problems, you can click down here with the experts tab, and it'll show you what the expert's saying back to you if there's any problems you experience. And again, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to put FX agent to trade on the GFX. Now you can open an account for $3,000, and you would just be trading one of these currency pairs. You really need to have about $3,000 per currency pair in your account in order to trade safely on your account without running the risk of blowing it up and losing all your money or having a margin call or something like that. So if you want to trade all three, I recommend you use the safe setting would be to deposit $10,000. Okay, so now that is how you load it and trade it. And if you, just a quick couple of things here, if you want to close the terminal and restart it again, and it'll restart with just the way you left it. In order for your trading, though, to continue and for the software to work properly, you've got to keep this terminal running on a computer at all times, a computer that's connected to the internet. If I close that terminal like I just did, guess what? It's not trading. So if you don't have a reliable internet connection, then you could ask us about getting a VSP, which is a virtual private server, where you could remote desktop in using Microsoft's remote desktop into a computer that's being hosted on the internet that has a desktop just like your desktop, and you can install the software on there. And that way, when you turn off your own home PC or your laptop or whatever, the virtual private server will still be running a copy of your software and on your account. If you don't want to deal with any of that, you can give us a call and we can direct you to a money manager that uses our software, and he will charge you a percentage of the profit that is made on your account each month in order to do all this trading for you and run the software for you. If you would want to, you can also click here on the strategy tester, this little eyeglass thing here, and you can actually, if you have an active agent code, you can select the expert advisor and the currency you want to run it on. Obviously you have to select the period of M1. You can select the dates that you want to back test on. Let's just go with I don't know, a week. And I'm not going to do optimization here, but you have to select the closing date here, which should be 2014. See, today is the 10th of 3, and having a little trouble with it, but get the idea. You can select the closing date there, and then you put your agent key in here. You can also save this file. It's obviously the wrong agent key, but you can save it under the tester directory to whatever settings you want to use to run your test with. And then it'll go ahead and once this little glitch gets fixed here, you can hit the start button, and it'll run and produce a back test for you. You can use the visual mode, which is kind of helpful. It'll actually put a chart up here for you and show you what the trading would have looked like if it were live. So that's it for the installation of the system. Again, if you change accounts, you may have to go into options, expert advisors, and re-enable the experts to trade on there. And again, you might want to hold on to your passwords for the demo account. Have a great day.